take a deep breath, close your eyes if you can, and ask yourself this simple question: why am I here? Not here, in this room, listening to this audio, but here, on this planet, in this life. Why do you exist? It's a question that has haunted humanity since the beginning of time. Philosophers have debated it, religions have tried to answer it, and yet, for most of us, it remains the greatest mystery of our lives. But what if I told you that you already know the answer? What if your purpose isn't something you need to find, but something you need to remember? Over the next hour, we're going to go on a journey together, a journey into the deepest parts of yourself. We're going to explore who you really are, what you're meant to do, and how to start living a life that feels meaningful, fulfilling, and true. This isn't going to be easy. Some of what we talk about might make you uncomfortable. It might challenge beliefs you've held your entire life. It might bring up emotions you've been avoiding. But if you're willing to be honest with yourself, if you're willing to dig deep and face some hard truths, I promise you, by the end of this hour, you'll have more clarity about your purpose than you've ever had before. So let's begin with the most fundamental question of all. Part 1, the crisis of meaning. Right now, at this very moment, millions of people around the world are asking themselves the same question you might be asking: what's the point? They wake up every morning, go to jobs they don't care about, come home exhausted, watch television to numb the emptiness, and go to sleep wondering if this is all there is. They have everything society told them would make them happy: the career, the house, the family, the success, and yet they feel hollow inside, like something essential is missing. This is what psychologists call an existential crisis. And if you've ever felt it, you're not alone. The truth is, we're living in a time of unprecedented comfort and unprecedented meaninglessness. We have more material wealth than any generation in history, and yet rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide are higher than ever. Why? Because humans aren't designed to just survive. We're designed to thrive. And thriving requires more than food, shelter, and entertainment. It requires purpose. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, wrote something profound. He said that humans can survive almost anyhow if they have a strong enough why. In the camps, he watched people who had everything to live for: youth, health, families waiting for them, give up and die. And he watched people who seemed to have nothing left find reasons to keep going. The difference wasn't circumstance, it was purpose. Those who survived had something to live for, a mission to complete, a story to tell, a meaning that transcended their suffering. And here's what's fascinating. You don't need to be in a concentration camp to feel that same emptiness. You can feel it in a comfortable home, with a full bank account, surrounded by people who love you. Because the question isn't, are you comfortable? The question is, are you alive? And being alive means more than just breathing. It means feeling connected to something greater than yourself. It means knowing that your existence matters. It means having a reason to get up in the morning that goes beyond just making it through another day. So let me ask you, do you have that? Do you wake up excited about your life? Do you feel like what you're doing matters? Do you go to bed at night feeling fulfilled? Or do you feel like you're going through the motions, playing a role, living someone else's idea of what your life should be. If you're in the second category, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is that you can't keep living this way. Eventually, the emptiness will consume you. You'll become bitter, resentful, numb. You'll look back on your life with regret, wondering what could have been if only you'd had the courage to be yourself. The good news is that you don't have to. You can change. You can find your purpose. You can start living authentically, but it requires something from you. It requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to let go of everything you think you're supposed to be. Are you ready for that? Part 2, the lies we've been told, ... Before we can discover your true purpose, we need to clear away the lies, because most of us are living according to scripts that were written by other people. Lie number 1, your purpose is your career. From the time you're a child, people ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Not what kind of person do you want to be? Not how do you want to make the world better? But what job do you want? And so we grow up thinking that our purpose is tied to our profession, that if we just find the right career, everything will make sense. But here's the truth. Your job is not your purpose. Your job is how you pay your bills. It might align with your purpose. It might even be a vehicle for your purpose, but it's not the same thing. There are people who love their careers and still feel empty. And there are people with ordinary jobs who feel deeply fulfilled. The difference isn't what they do. It's why they do it and how they show up. Lie number 2, your purpose is to be successful. Society tells us that purpose equals achievement. Make a lot of money, get the promotion, build the business, win the awards. But success without meaning is just sophisticated emptiness. You can be incredibly successful and still wake up every morning wondering why you're alive. True purpose isn't about external validation. It's about internal alignment. It's about knowing that what you're doing matters, even if nobody else ever knows about it. Lie number 3, you'll find your purpose when you're ready. This is the most dangerous lie of all, because it gives you permission to wait, to procrastinate, to tell yourself that someday, when the time is right, when you're more prepared, when conditions are perfect, then you'll start living your purpose. But here's the truth. You find your purpose by living, by trying, by failing, by paying attention to what makes you come alive. Your purpose doesn't appear in a flash of lightning. It reveals itself gradually through action and reflection. Waiting for clarity is just another form of hiding. Lie number 4, your purpose should be huge. We think purpose means changing the world, curing cancer, ending poverty, becoming famous. But purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be visible. It doesn't have to impress anyone. Sometimes your purpose is to be a great parent, to create art that moves one person, to show up with kindness in a world that desperately needs it, to be the friend who listens when everyone else is talking. Small purposes can create big ripples. And lie number 5, you only have one purpose. Who said you only get one? Who said your purpose at 25 has to be the same as your purpose at 55? You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to have seasons. You're allowed to discover new meanings as you grow. Your purpose isn't a destination. It's a direction, and directions can change. Now that we've cleared away these lies, Let's start uncovering the truth. Part 3. The clues to your purpose. Your purpose isn't hiding. You've been leaving clues your entire life. You just haven't been paying attention. Let's start looking for those clues together. Clue number 1. What did you love as a child? Before the world told you who to be, before you learned to care what others thought, what called to you? Did you love building things, creating stories, helping people, solving puzzles, making others laugh? Children are pure. They follow their joy instinctively, and often the things that fascinated you as a child contain seeds of your purpose. Think back. What did you do for hours without getting bored? What made you lose track of time? What did adults have to force you to stop doing? Those aren't just childhood memories. They're breadcrumbs leading you home. Clue number 2. What breaks your heart? Pay attention to what makes you angry or sad about the world, because your purpose often lives in the intersection of your pain and your power. Are you heartbroken about injustice? Maybe your purpose involves fighting for equality. Does it hurt you to see people suffering alone? Maybe your purpose involves connection and community. Do you feel frustrated by inefficiency and waste? Maybe your purpose involves creating better systems. Your sensitivity isn't weakness, it's a compass. It's pointing you toward the problems you're meant to solve. Clue number 3. What comes easily to you that's hard for others? We all have natural gifts, things that feel effortless to us but seem impossible to other people. Maybe you're great at explaining complicated ideas simply. Maybe you have a knack for making people feel seen and heard. Maybe you can look at chaos and see patterns and solutions. Whatever it is, it's not an accident. It's part of your design. And when you use your natural gifts in service of something meaningful, that's when you start feeling purposeful. Clue number 4. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Fear is the greatest thief of purpose. We talk ourselves out of our dreams before we even try. But imagine for a moment that failure wasn't possible, that you had unlimited resources, unlimited support, unlimited time. What would you do? That answer matters, because it tells you what you truly want. Beneath all the fear and practicality and responsibility. Now, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and chase a wild dream, but I am saying pay attention to that answer, because there's truth in it. Clue number 5. When do you feel most alive? Purpose isn't just something you think about, it's something you feel. When are you so engaged that hours pass like minutes? When do you feel energized instead of drained? When do you feel like the best version of yourself? That feeling of aliveness, that's your soul trying to tell you something. It's saying this, more of this. Most people spend their lives chasing security and comfort. But what if we chased aliveness instead? What if we built our lives around the moments when we feel most ourselves? That's not irresponsible. That's wisdom. Now, take a moment and think about these 5 clues. What patterns are you noticing? What themes keep appearing? Because your purpose is somewhere in those answers. Part 4. The fear that stops us. You might be thinking, okay, I'm starting to see some themes. I have some ideas about what my purpose might be, but I'm scared. Good. That means you're onto something real. Purpose without fear isn't purpose. It's comfort dressed up as meaning. Real purpose is terrifying. because it demands everything from you. It asks you to be vulnerable, to risk failure, to possibly disappoint people, to walk away from the safe path. Let's talk about the fears that stop most people from living their purpose. Fear number 1, I'm not qualified. You look at people living their purpose and think they're special, they're talented, they're educated, they're connected. I'm just ... me. But here's the truth. Nobody feels qualified ever. The people doing incredible things in the world are filled with doubt just like you. The difference is they started anyway. They learned as they went. They became qualified through doing, not through waiting until they felt ready. You don't need permission. You don't need credentials. You need courage and commitment. Fear number 2, I'll fail. Yes, you will. Probably multiple times. That's how this works. Every person who has ever done anything meaningful has failed. The only people who don't fail are the people who don't try. But here's what's more terrifying than failure: regret. Getting to the end of your life and realizing you never even tried, that you let fear win. I'd rather fail 1,000 times trying than succeed at playing it safe. Fear number 3, people will judge me. They will. Absolutely. Some people will think you're crazy. Some will be jealous. Some will try to talk you out of it. But here's the question. Would you rather live for their approval or for your truth? The people who judge you for following your purpose are people who are too afraid to follow their own. Their opinions don't matter. What matters is how you feel when you're living authentically versus how you feel when you're playing small to make others comfortable. Fear number 4, I'll let people down. Maybe you will. Maybe following your purpose means disappointing your parents who wanted you to be a doctor. Maybe it means leaving a relationship that doesn't align with who you're becoming. Maybe it means changing in ways that make others uncomfortable. But here's a hard truth. You cannot live your purpose while living someone else's life. You can be kind, you can be compassionate, you can honor the people you love, but you cannot sacrifice your soul to keep them happy. In the long run, people respect authenticity more than compliance. And if they don't, that's not your burden to carry. Fear number 5. What if I'm wrong? What if this isn't my purpose? Then you'll learn, you'll adjust, you'll try something else. Purpose isn't a single decision you make once and then you're done. It's a practice, an exploration, a continuous unfolding. You're allowed to be wrong. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to evolve. The only real mistake is never starting because you're afraid of choosing wrong. Here's what I want you to understand. The fear never goes away. The people living their purpose aren't fearless. They're just more afraid of not trying than they are of failing. They've decided that a life of meaning and potential, regret is better than a life of safety and guaranteed regret. Which side do you want to be on? Part 5, taking the first step. So now you have some clues. You've named your fears. You're ready to move forward. But where do you start? Here's the beautiful and frustrating truth. You start small. You start where you are. You start with what you have. Step 1, get clear on your values. Your purpose isn't just what you do, it's how you do it. And that comes from your values. What matters most to you? Integrity, creativity, connection, freedom, justice, growth. Write down your top 5 values. These are the principles that will guide every decision you make. When you're clear on your values, purpose becomes clearer too, because you can ask, does this align with who I am? Step 2, start experimenting. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to try things. If you think your purpose involves teaching, volunteer to teach something. If you think it involves writing, start writing. If you think it involves helping people, find ways to help. Action creates clarity. Sitting around thinking about purpose keeps you stuck. Doing things, even small things, shows you what resonates and what doesn't. Give yourself permission to experiment, to try things and quit if they don't work, to learn through doing. Step 3, pay attention to feedback from your body and soul. Your mind can lie to you. It can rationalize. It can convince you that what's comfortable is what's right. But your body and soul tell the truth. When you're doing something aligned with your purpose, you feel energized, excited, fully present. When you're doing something misaligned, you feel drained, resistant, like you're acting in a play. Start paying attention to these signals. They're more reliable than your thoughts. Step 4, build small habits around your purpose. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow. You don't have to make dramatic changes. But you can start carving out time, even just 30 minutes a day, to do something connected to your purpose. Write, create, volunteer, practice, learn. Those 30 minutes a day add up. In a year, that's over 180 hours devoted to your purpose. That's enough to make real progress. And here's what happens. As you feed your purpose with time and attention, it grows. It becomes more clear. It starts showing you the next step. Step 5, find your people. Purpose is easier when you're not alone. Find people who are living their purpose. Learn from them. Get inspired by them. Ask questions. Find people who are seeking their purpose. Support each other. Share the journey. Community makes everything better, and it reminds you that you're not crazy for wanting more from life. Step 6, be patient with the process. Finding your purpose isn't a weekend project. It's a lifelong journey. Some people figure it out quickly. For others, it takes decades, and that's okay. What matters is that you're actively seeking, that you're paying attention, that you're choosing courage over comfort. Trust that the path will reveal itself as you walk it. And step 7, commit to the work. Here's the final truth. Knowing your purpose is the easy part. Living it is the hard part. Because living your purpose requires discipline, sacrifice, consistency. It requires showing up on days when you don't feel inspired. It requires doing the boring, unglamorous work that nobody sees. Purpose isn't just the peak moments. It's everything in between. But I promise you this, a life lived in pursuit of purpose, even imperfectly, is infinitely more fulfilling than a life lived on autopilot. Part 6, a new definition of success.com. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a different way of thinking about success. Society measures success by outcomes, by achievements, by what you accumulate and accomplish. But what if we measured success by alignment instead? What if success meant waking up every day and knowing that you're living according to your values, that you're doing work that matters to you, that you're showing up authentically. What if success meant knowing yourself deeply, being honest about who you are and what you want? What if success meant having the courage to disappoint others in order to honor yourself? This kind of success isn't measured in money or status. It's measured in peace, in fulfillment, in the quiet knowledge that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And here's what's amazing. When you define success this way, you realize you can be successful right now, today, not someday when you finally achieve the big goal. You can be successful by making one small choice aligned with your purpose, by saying no to something that doesn't serve you, by saying yes to something that scares you but feels right. Success isn't a destination, it's a daily practice of choosing truth over comfort, closing your one precious life. Let me tell you something you already know but keep forgetting. You're going to die. I don't mean to be morbid, but it's the most important truth of your existence. One day, maybe decades from now, maybe tomorrow, your heart will stop beating, your consciousness will cease, and everything you worried about, the opinions, the fears, the need to play it safe, none of it will matter. The only thing that will matter is this: did you live? Did you use the gifts you were given? Did you have the courage to be yourself? There's a poem by Mary Oliver that asks, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" This is your one wild and precious life, not a dress rehearsal, not a practice run. This is it. And you have a choice. You can spend it trying to be what others expect, playing small, staying comfortable, numbing yourself with distractions. Or you can spend it in pursuit of meaning, discovering who you really are, contributing your unique gifts to the world, living with intention and purpose. Neither choice is easy, but only one of them leads to fulfillment. So I'll ask you one more time, why are you here? Not why does humanity exist? Not why does life exist? Why do you exist? What is your unique contribution? What are you meant to do with the time you've been given? You don't need to have all the answers, but you need to start asking the question. You need to start paying attention. You need to start taking small steps in the direction of your truth. Because here's what I know, the world needs you, not the version of you that's trying to please everyone, not the version of you that's playing it safe, the real you, the authentic you, the you that's been waiting your whole life to finally be seen. That person has something to offer that nobody else can offer. That person has a purpose that nobody else can fulfill. And if you spend your whole life hiding that person, we all lose. So here's my challenge to you. Over the next week, do one thing, just one thing that moves you closer to your purpose. Have a conversation you've been avoiding. Take a class in something you're curious about. Write the first page of the book. Send the email. Make the call. Take the first small step, and then pay attention to how it feels. Notice what opens up. Watch what happens when you start choosing truth over comfort. Your purpose is calling you. It's been calling you your whole life. The question is, are you finally ready to answer? Thank you for spending this hour with me. Thank you for having the courage to ask hard questions. Thank you for wanting more from your life. Now go, live, discover, become who you were always meant to be. Your one wild and precious life is waiting.